Another key step, we have provided substantial financial support to the Santa Rosa Chamber's BEST program, which promises to create 4,100 new jobs in Sonoma County over the next 5 years. This is a strong business attraction effort, and it is a critical component of our economic recovery efforts. And we can't forget our new green economy. Growing our economy and protecting our local environment are not mutually exclusive. We can't sacrifice one for the other. Sonoma County, our leaders in our 9 cities, and our business community will spend hundreds of millions of dollars in the coming years on green initiatives. For example, the Sonoma County Energy Independence Program, our county's groundbreaking energy efficiency and energy generation program, has pumped over $46 million and created over 500 jobs since its founding just over 2 years ago in the toughest economy in a generation. And as many of you know, the board has adopted strong goals to address climate change. And we took another bold step recently when we kicked off a feasibility study to determine if we should get into the energy business. This potential new initiative, dubbed Sonoma Clean Energy, would allow Sonoma County to purchase power and then resell that power to residential and commercial customers. Essentially, Sonoma County would become a power supplier, which would mean the tens of millions of dollars that Sonoma County residents spend every year in power costs would be reinvested here at home, here in Sonoma County. Truly, green business means good business in the North Bay. All of this said, one of the most important parts of the strategy to rebuild our local economy is you. The information from the meetings you'll be participating in today and the interactive session that follows will be used by the Board of Supervisors in developing the most aggressive, and I promise you this, the most aggressive economic development and jobs plan in this county's history. But we need your leadership to guide these efforts. The challenges that we have all faced over the last few years are complex, and I will tell you, as all of you know, it's hit hard at home. We have not faced such economic challenges since the Great Depression. Yet I know by working together, our county's best days are still ahead. The county has taken many steps to grow our economy. It's bringing in airline service to our region, supporting the SMART train, extending 101 3 lanes all the way. But now we're looking to the private sector, to all of you in this room, to share your expertise, your collective wisdom on what it takes to grow successful businesses and what it takes to create jobs for a stronger economy. We may have begun this morning talking about challenges, but with your voice today, we'll end with a roadmap to recovery. Together, we're going to get Sonoma County back to work. Are you with me? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and we look forward to working with you in the months to come.
Well, Mike, thank you very much. Very inspiring. You showed the opportunities that lie ahead along with the challenges, so thanks for painting that picture so well. Now we have the opportunity to hear from Steve Cochrane. Steve is here on his 15th visit to Sonoma County. We've been talking about when he first showed up, we didn't have email. We had to send letters back and forth. We had to rely on so many primitive technologies. And so it's great to have Steve back in the new world we're in. Steve grew up in Sonoma County. He's a Sonoma County native. He went to Davis, then he went on to the Wharton School and got his PhD. He works around the country managing the regional forecast for moodyseconomy.com. Steve got in last night. He had to fight all the rain. He thought he was coming to sunny California, but he did get through the rain in 3 hours from the airport and is with us today. So Steve, come on up. And we told you there'd be some new things here, and one of the new aspects we've got is an iPad, and that's on every table. And to help explain how you can put this iPad to work, we'll have Scott Ormerod come up and he's an iPad guy. So Scott, come forward.
Thank you very much. We have a first question for you. How many of you have ever seen an iPad before? Okay, good. How many of you actually have an iPad? Okay, great. Yeah, when your table's not the best. So the first ancient question we know you all have is, are these door prizes? No. Yeah. So I'm with Leap Solutions Group, and we're really pleased to be here and help running two aspects of the program. One is the technology for today and also moderating the panel. So the first thing we need you to do at your table is select a scribe. Now, some of you who are sitting right in front of it might have already volunteered, but we need one scribe. If you don't want to be the scribe, simply pass it around. Okay. Now, don't get in a fight about who's going to be the scribe. All right. Now, we've set these up for you, but we're going to take a minute to show you how they work. The first thing you need to do, scribes, is click the little circle button. Remember all of you who raised your hand and said, I know what it is? Click that little button, and it should come on, right? And then you just slide it over. You should see something that looks orange. I see orange people for you Giants fans, right? Everyone seeing that? Now we have a couple of 3 volunteers through in our room that are walking around to make sure everything is up for you. All right. Everyone there? Scribes? Scribes, good? All right, now the first thing we want to do is demonstrate how this works. So, if you'll click on agenda item number 1. Agenda item number 1, oh, it's even up on our screen, thank you, Sarah, is a quick question. How many of you think our economy will improve in the next year? Scribes, you're to ask everybody at your table how many think, get a number of yeses, get a number of nos. Enter the yeses in the yes column and the nos in the no column. Okay, scribes, have you entered in your numbers? All right, if you've entered in your numbers, you'll see at the very bottom something that says save and submit. You see save and submit? All right. Again, if you have questions, raise your hand and we'll come around and answer. So you should have put yes, no, save and submit. You only get a yes or a no. Okay. We are now ready to tally those results, so please make sure you have hit save and submit. One other instruction for our scribes. In the upper right, there's something known as the main screen. If you ever need to get back to the agenda, you just type main screen. All right, so the purpose of the iPads is during our conversations, during Steve's presentation, during our cluster's presentation, during the panel, you are able to submit questions. So in front of you is a piece of paper, a hotel pad. Write your question, send it around to the scribe. They can type them in while the presentation's going. At the end of the presentation, we will bring the questions forward to Steve, ask as many as we can in the time allowed, and then Ben has promised that he'll get back to us with the other questions. Oh, look, we have our results in already. 220 of you think that we will see an improvement in our economy in the next year. 37 said no. Now notice we used technology and then we used old hands. This is more accurate. All right, thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is This is kind of a tough act to follow. At first, I had no clue. No one told me I had to follow Mike McGuire, who is such an energetic speaker. But he kind of said it all, so maybe I can be very brief right now. It was great. And then to follow the iPad as well. I don't know. I may get replaced completely by technology one of these days. It is such a pleasure to be here. I'm quite amazed at the turnout here. You know, I travel around the country. I'm on the road almost every week through much of the year. And speak to many different kinds of groups. And I have never been to a local event like this, a county level event, where so many people show up and where there's just so much enthusiasm. I'm just amazed. And particularly, seemingly, in a point in the economy where there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of pessimism at the moment as the economy seemed to be doing pretty well at the beginning of the year, and then all of a sudden things started to slow down. To see this level of optimism that came out through this vote is actually quite realistic and quite pleasing to see. It is tough to see through the murk out there right now. You know, a couple things that were unexpected that we didn't expect to happen in the economy this last 6 months or so really did work to dampen expectations and dampen confidence. One was simply the surge in oil prices after the uprisings in the Middle East. To see oil rise up to, you know, back over $100 per barrel was really disturbing and had a really profound impact on consumer confidence and business confidence and consumer spending around the country. I think it's illustrative of the, in a sense, the fragility of confidence right now. That we came through such a difficult recession, and if it was difficult in the U.S., I mean, I'll show some charts. It was even tougher here in Sonoma County. The downturn lasted longer. It was deeper. We are coming out of it here in Sonoma County, but it is understandable. It would be understandable if there wasn't this level of optimism right now. But I really am getting a sense that there is a lot of optimism. I had a chance to chat with a number of the board members of the EDB last night at dinner. We had a really wonderful dinner. And I had never seen that group so optimistic and so fired up about their businesses and the economy and so forth. So I do feel like there is this palpable change in the basic confidence of the economic turnaround that may be with us to stay. You know, there were some other short-term factors that worked to slow the economy down lately as well. One was simply the earthquake and tsunami in Japan, which caused so many supply disruptions amongst the manufacturing side of the economy. And it surprised us as well how quickly that factored through the economy, broadly speaking. We didn't really think that it would have that big of an impact, but now in hindsight, looking at some of the numbers coming out in terms of industrial production and factory orders and the like, that the pace of economic growth nationwide might have been shaved by about 1 percentage point in the second quarter on an annualized basis, simply due to manufacturing. Partly because manufacturing has been one of the key economic factors in terms of the recovery for the U.S., and I think it looks like it's becoming a key factor here in Sonoma County as well. The weather has been a factor. I mean, rain in Sonoma County in June. I was amazed. I left Philadelphia yesterday, and our plane was delayed 2 hours, and the only announcement they said was, well, we understand there's some weather problems because of thunderstorms in San Francisco. And I'm thinking, thunderstorms? I mean, I was at the beach at the Jersey Shore a week ago and got chased off the beach by thunderstorms, but that's the East Coast. That's not the West Coast. So the weather has been crazy everywhere, of course, leading to a lot of floods in the Midwest and the Southeast, and that has worked to dampen the economy and dampen spirits as well. The sort of resumption of the downturn in house prices is another factor that I think affects everybody, and Mike mentioned this here in Sonoma County as well, and of course it's a critical factor in just generating a confidence across the board, because if you're a homeowner, the value of your home probably represents the largest piece of your entire portfolio, and when the value of housing goes down, everybody suffers. I think we're close to the end in terms of the housing market downturn. I'll talk a little bit about that as I go along as well.